Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my channel. I'm MaryAnne. You're watching MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. Thank you for tuning in. It's an honor to be here with you always, and I greatly appreciate all of you that are supporting my channel. It means a lot, and so welcome to your Sun Sign Love Connection readings for today. Today is March 22nd, 2021. I love the sound of that, and 22nd, 22 is a master number, so it has even more kick to it, if you will. And it makes sense because we are in the season of spring and it's just so beautiful. And I had some errands I did, and I just came in, I was looking around, and everybody just has this kind of smile and this energy around them, you know, that new feeling. It's the beginning of a new year in astrology world, and it is the season of Aries. So power, fire, ambition, courage, you know, new, innovative kind of things. Today's featured sun sign, as I go around the zodiac wheel for the astrology love connection readings, is going to be Libra. So it's beautiful because Libra and Aries are actually what they call polar opposites. Libra's here and Aries is right here. There's always going to be this connection, this kind of drive, this magnetism that's there, and a definite polarity at the same time. So I see many couples with this combination, and I see that there's great differences, but very, very beautiful similarities as well. One of which, by the way, is that both Libra and Aries are cardinal signs. So that means that they are doers, shakers, movers, innovators, pioneers. You know, I mean, Aries is the first sign, like I said, and they are just all about new and starting and, you know, opening their mind, their hearts to just make it happen, okay? They're so ambitious, very spirited, fire, and that's extremely good energy with air, and that's what Libra is. Libra is the scales, right? Libra is the inanimate object, the only inanimate object on the zodiac wheel, but it all represents balance and fairness and, you know, compromise and recognizing all different sides and perspectives. Libras are generally known as the mediators. You know, they like to be, once again, fair, and they will, very interested in relationships. Very key component for Libras that makes them extremely happy, and they are very balanced. And I don't mean just love relationships, because my love connection readings are about romance, of course, but they're definitely about all relationships and all forms of love, because there's just so many out there. And it's still the most important thing is love. It is the absolute important, life-changing, healing energy that we can have and use. So I like this a lot right off the bat. But the fact that we're in Aries season and the fact that we have Venus that just went into Aries is pretty potent too. So there's going to be a lot of energy for the two of you. No doubt, but more importantly, before I go any further, because I'm getting off the beaten path here, I'm going to pick the highlighted connection for Libra today. The Aries aspect is very, very prominent. You cannot get away from it, and it feels wonderful, and it gives you the energy to be motivated to move forward, you know, which is what we all want so badly, right? But let's see what Spirit had specifically for this highlighted connection of Libra. And knowing that if you are new, I do a format where I read 3 specific categories in regards to this highlighted connection. So, Spirit has for the connection for today, Sagittarius. Oh my God, I love that so much. I love this so much. It's almost very similar in a lot of ways to the connection that Libra would have to an Aries. Sagittarius, also fire, also ambitious, very, very positive, optimistic sign is what I feel like. I think all fire signs tend to lean that way, but the most I think is Sagittarius, and there's really good reason for it. Sagittarius is a mutable sign, very adaptable, very friendly, sociable, adventurous, you know, action-oriented, you know, let me see something, let me try new things, let me think in the highest terms possible, very interested in philosophical, you know, endeavors, definitely entrepreneurs without a doubt, but also interested in higher learning of all aspects, you know, things that need to be learned and discovered and shared with others. And law comes to mind very clearly, and I love that for the two of you, because Libra, you're the fair, you're the sign, and you definitely lean towards careers that have to do with justice and, you know, law and judges and all those sorts of things, or predominantly Libra a lot of times. Not only, of course, but often it's just their natural, you know, path that is taken and followed. And so the two of you together, oh my gosh, I've had so many beautiful relationships with Sagittarians. I don't even know where to begin, but fun is definitely on the docket. Friendship comes in really strong with this particular connection and with Sagittarius. They like the idea of starting as friends and seeing where it goes. And they love that independence, like I said. It's kind of hard sometimes to snatch a Sagittarius. I mean, you could have them for a while, and you're going to have a great time, and it's just like you want to be with that person all the time. But you don't want to try to, you know, confine them in any way. So it has to be a natural, organic thing, and generally it is. And it depends on where you are in your life and all the variables. But I know that they love to travel, as do you, Libra. Libra, you're ruled by Venus, so you're all about love and love and love and creativity. And, you know, Venus is the Venetian, beautiful, feminine planet that's about love, but it's about money, and it's about gifts, and it's about magic, and it's about just, you know, harmony, which is so important to you, Libra. And so you've got that happening right now. Besides your ruling planet, it is in the sign of Aries that I said at the beginning of this reading. But it's very, very effective to a fellow fire sign like Sagittarius. So they're feeling pretty heart-centered right now too. What's really cool, though, and really important, is that we have your full moon on the 28th, which is Sunday, you know, the end of this week and the beginning of next, in Libra. So we all get one full moon and one new moon, and it's yours, Libra. So there's going to be a lot of focus on relationships. And because we have Venus right now, and we're in the sun season of Aries, your polar opposite, it's really, really about relationships. So this is about being completely honest and truthful and real, and where you want to go in this friendship of Sagittarius, or if you want to take it further, you're going to be really honest with yourself and with everybody, but your specific, you know, relationships that matter a lot to you. You want to be able to work through anything that may have not quite felt like it's been worked through. And the full moon always brings culmination, so that you can move forward thinking, I feel real, I feel authentic, I feel like we've discussed things that we're willing to work forward, or move forward, or we're not. You know what I mean? You can go either way, but either one of those is going to be extremely relevant to where your future leads you, because it's just not the time anymore to kind of accept. And I know a lot of Libras do that. They like this, they don't like confrontation, and they definitely want to work things through. I mean, they are willing to work tirelessly in their minds as an air sign to figure out any possible angle or strategy in everything they do, but also just in relationships. Like, maybe if I did this, then that could happen, you know, thinking for everybody, basically. So that's the kind of energy that's coming through, but it's really, really beautiful, and I think fulfilling, and it's essential to be at a place you want to be, you know, and not pretending anymore, or, you know, overlooking things comes to mind. So I don't know, you know, you've got that half man, half horse kind of beautiful energy with this Sagittarius, and you want to see the world, you want to see just how beautiful it really can be. I mean, from nature, which is something that Sagittarians love as well, to the simple justice that could take place for every one of us, you know, regardless of your relationship. That's a real focal point right now, and moving forward for years to come, with many predominant planets in air. So I like it a lot. I feel excited about it. I'm anxious to see what the reading says, because they've been really, really beautiful and predominantly positive cards. But, you know, even the ones that are challenging or that remind us to work on the spiritual side of things and to recognize everything is always going to be divinely guided. You're always going to co-create, and things always work out, whether we believe it or not at that moment. That's the kind of energy that we're in this very moment. So it's very advantageous for very beautiful outcomes. And then what I'm going to do today, which I haven't done at all, but it just came to my mind, and it was Spirit kind of obviously, speaking to me. And I had gotten these runes from Christmas, and years ago, my very first PC, every morning I would, instead of solitaire, I would look to see what the runes had to say, because they're just another level and depth as a tool for answers and divine guidance for us. So I'm going to pick one or two, whatever. I think I'm going to pick one to start, because I still have to use the book, and just kind of emphasize what your reading is, and know that if this particular connection of Sagittarius is not something you were thinking about specifically, you're not knowing someone yet, have no fear, because I do read the other oracle messages, and the rune will be for all Libras and every single connection you may have. So the very first category that I always read for all of the highlighted is the overall energy that's led you to this reading. And I always like to say, because we're in mid-month readings now, I do a beginning of the month and a mid-month, and I go around the zodiac wheel, so I cover every single zodiac sign, and then the highlights are, sometimes they're repeats, because that's the one that's done right in front of you. I never know. I don't do too many repeats in a row, though, just to make it fair. But I will say that the overall energy is like the catalyst leading me to this reading right now. And if you haven't looked at the beginning of the month, check that out, because it's just like a continuum, okay? And may I just say, the new moon influence from the 13th is still happening, so a lot of new stuff and a lot of new beginnings are absolutely happening for just about everybody I've been talking to, and I'm sure you're no exception. Oh my! Well, your overall energy, which is so beautiful, and it makes sense, it really does, is the Lovers. So, wow. Va-va-voom, as they say. Yeah, it's about love. It's definitely romance. It's very, very much so. In particular, like I said, because Libra is very, very invested in love. That's the best word that finally came. It just is, it means so much to them. From a plant to a pet, to an item of clothing, to a human being, or friends, and many human beings, and many friendships and connections. It's vital. And so this is a really beautiful card, because this connection is a great selection. That's another meaning behind this. Also, I might add, this is the depiction of the sign of Gemini. And interestingly enough, Gemini being the fellow air sign to Libra, and also Aquarius, which we're in predominance of air this year. Jupiter and Saturn are going to be following closely together in Aquarius the whole year. And we had much more planets at the beginning when it was during the season of Aquarius. But it's going to be like that for a long time. Gemini, Mars is in Gemini. And Gemini is the mind again. And Mars is the fuel and the ammunition and the warrior kind of, the planet also happened to be that rules Aries. It's all very synchronistic. It's all perfect how things are lined up in astrology and how they work in the tarot, and they're, blended and they make sense, and they're all about our personalities, and we're all connected. It's all part of the thing. If you read the story and you kind of say, okay, I get it, and I can't help but read enough. I love learning about it. So it's gorgeous. And if it's not romance, it's about a definite selection and a partnership of some kind. Hands down, unmistakably. Some kind of new endeavor. Something you feel very, very good about. Something you feel has great potential. And there's going to be a great balance. There's going to be a really respectful and loving partnership when it's about the Lovers. And that mind thing is important. It plays a big part of it. And the ability to, express things in a good way, and to communicate in the proper ways, which is hugely all this air energy that we'll be feeling for years. Information, education, Really focusing on ways to expand our mind and to grow and continue to better ourselves, you know? And it's a great combination right off the bat anyway with this Sagittarius and Libra. So I love that. Can't go wrong with that, right? And also we have the second category, which is the overall blessings or obstacles. Ooh, the Hermit. I like this a lot because I've been in hermit mode. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how many have been, or, you know, if you're understanding that, but it's a good place to be a lot of times. It is about being guided by, I guess, the highest realm, you know. If it's not an actual guardian angel or divine entity that's working with you, you have this sage, I would call him, with this light. And in that light is a star. And that star is your dreams, your wishes, your deepest desires on any level. And it's showing you that you yourself have everything you need to complete and create this dream. But you do need to believe it. You need to be in touch with the co-creative aspects that you have. You need to listen. And a lot of times this depicts the sign of Virgo. So Virgo is earth. It's grounded. It's practical. It's allowing yourself to be grounded, to stop, to retreat, to relax. All the things that like Mercury retrogrades represent. And to really have a real soul talk with yourself, you know, or together. What do we want to do, you know, because this is not just, it's not just words. It's really more of a soul mission, you know, at this point. You've made the selection. Now you're going to decide specific things that are going to work. And that's what you do in relationships. You do communicate this. And maybe if it's not together and, you know, that's not applying to you right now, it's within though. Because what is within comes out. It deeply affects everyone, you know, that we're with, certainly the people we care about. And there's just a real sense of taking the time to be really honest, like I said, and to listen and to allow yourself to heal maybe on some level too. Virgos are absolutely the sign of healing. I mean, they are in fields generally that are about helping and nurturing and caring for others. That's the natural archetype of a Virgo. So it's absolutely there for our highest good and to just guide us. And if we need that guidance or we're feeling like there's something we need answers for, ask for it because it's always there. So I love that a lot. It's very interesting as the storyline, you know, goes along. And the last category is the finances. And it could definitely, I'm speaking specifically for this highlight, but, you know, in general. And then also just, I mean, if not the two of you together, which is always obviously better. Two is always better than one, right? You have, wow. This is pretty amazingly perfect. Well, you have the major arcana Temperance. And Temperance is the sign of, depicts the sign of Sagittarius. So, I mean, that you couldn't get much better, right? And Temperance is exactly what it says. It's being temperate. It's being moderate. You know, because I know for a fact that I have to have balance as a Libra myself. And most Libras, they bank on that. They're working on it constantly, subconsciously and otherwise, to keep this balance, to be their best, to feel their best, to help others the best they can. And at the same time, Sagittarius is being fire and bold and just out there and, it's, you know, energetic, and, you know, they literally have to exercise. It's great for their body, mind, and soul as well. They know this internally. And they need to know that, yes, it's all great, and it's great, and I feel the energy that's asking me to do this, and it's prodding me along, and it's giving me that fire under my, you know what. But it's all about keeping moderate, keeping temperate, not overdoing it in any area, certainly as far as spending goes, or, you know, just being extra extravagant maybe right now. Because things are working so very well, the last thing you would want to do is think that, oh, I was so excited that I spent extra on that trip or that outfit or that car or whatever it is, and the next thing you know, you kind of pop that bubble, right? But I don't see that as being the case, and that's exactly what this is about. It's too beautiful reading. Yourself, preservation, and the fact that you're taking the time to really study and think through whatever this relationship is and partnership is. It's a real thing. It's absolutely going to evolve, and it's going to be amazing, and you want to make sure that you're being temperate. And temperance is different than justice. It's different than just finding a balance. It's more of a real as below, so above. It's the alchemist, where we can change, water to wine and really, really work on our incredible ability to manifest. So it's a gorgeous, beautiful expression to let you know that things are good. And the more you recognize it, the better always, but also just keep it balanced for all parties involved and for more security, more stability always. I know for a fact both Libra and Sagittarius can be extremely generous. So I feel like if it's not for this relationship or yourselves, you're giving and you're constantly, I'll take the tab, or, we can get out now. Let's go to a restaurant and just, I'll pay for the table kind of energy is what's coming through. That's beautiful. Do allow others to give as well. Keep it on a more, even base, and things are going to be amazing. They already are, but I just see this brilliance in every one of these cards, with the golden sun, and sun being one of the best cards, of course, but the solar plexus of strength and empowerment and just drive. Absolutely beautiful. I hope that you're feeling that this moment. Not everybody resonates with these readings right away, but if you are subscribed or you're wanting to subscribe, please do so. And thank you for being a subscriber, and like and share if you would, because YouTube really requires that, to better the channel and to keep evolving and adding more content. And I just love the support. But also you can comment and let me know how things are going. And I love that the people that do comment, it's super important to me. I love the interaction. That's a big reason I do this channel. Especially with the last year when it was, so much less of interaction. I'm really wanting that back. Now, before I go on to the oracle, though, as I mentioned, I'm going to pull this, a beautiful, I'm just going to reach in here. I don't know. I'm going to shake it up. A rune that's going to emphasize and put that seal of approval on this reading as to what the real basis of everything I mentioned, and kind of glue it together, if you will. Oh my. So I'm not really knowing 100%, but it's so bizarre because it could be a P. It also looked right off the bat like the scales, which is so interesting. I'm going to put it like this, and I want to do this. And I hope that the picture will be right there with it. That would be phenomenal, but I don't know enough about it. So it's real simple to do. If it is a P, and I want to believe that it is, and we're going to go right there because it has an alphabetical order, okay? The only thing that concerns me is it would be great. Oh, here we go on the bow. It's like, where's the picture? I'll be darned. Okay, yeah, it is Thursaz. Okay, yeah, it's the only one that looks like that. I'm so excited about that. There is a P, but it's a Wundo. I'm going to work on this, I promise. But either way, let's look and see what this is. Thursaz. Okay. Gosh, I love this. Wonderful gift that I received, like I said. So that would be a T. These are in order. And what's going on with that? I'm sorry, I'm not seeing it right now. If you have a moment, bear with me, because I'm going to keep looking. darn. Oh, there it is. Oh my gosh. There it is. There it is. Okay. Well, it says period July 30th to August 13th. How interesting. I have a brother whose birthday was August 13th. But anyway, and it is response, enchantment, strategy, fruitful projects. Oh my gosh. Calculations. The strategy is the mind. That is the Libra. You know, definite trait. Risk of weakening for those who break the rules. Good luck to be gathered before the unexpected dispels it. What? I'm sorry, what? Okay. Risk of weakening for those who break the rules. Interesting. Okay, something to consider. And then good luck to be gathered before the unexpected dispels it. Well, we're going with the good luck part, right? Because all of this is leading to that. And I absolutely love this. I hope that you can appreciate that I am actually, like, you're my first person I've read these for. Because it was too many years ago. And I'm going to get much more involved in it. But it definitely has connotations of positivity. Because if you're like me, we can think one way or another. And I always go with the positive. And it tends to pay off. So that is the rune for you in culmination of your reading. And then moving on to the two oracles that I'll read for you now. The first being the Psychic Tarot for the Heart, because it is about our heart and it is about our relationships. And that's essential, right, Libra? I mean, the world would be nothing without them. And I'm all for them. And especially, I don't need hundreds of them, but I need ones that I feel are genuine and reciprocal and authentic, and you know, just yeah, love filled, because that's what I always want to give as well. So this is for every single beautiful Libra and every one of your relationships, okay, in addition to the Sagittarius. So what do you want to share with us, beautiful spirit? Master. Whoo! Okay, I like that. I like it a lot. Well, we are our own masters, always. And I pulled this the other day. It's number 15, which equals 6. 6 is working through day-to-day situations. The 6th house in your natal chart is every day, you know, the balancing, basically. You know, 6 is a balanced number. It's an even number. Health, well-being, job, income, relationships. Beautiful. And then you notice there's a heart there. Well, they're all heart. And then there's this, they're like a cage. So let's read a little further, shall we? Because there's always more that meets the eye, isn't there? Especially when you're not seeing the beautiful, mystical aspects of life. This is a major arcana because of the color on the outside. So we'll go right to it for you and read to you what it says. And I love all of these. They're amazing, by John Holland. The keywords are fear, identify, release, negativity, freedom, and love. Release negativity. Fear and doubt often prevent a relationship from flowering or from manifesting. In matters of the heart, they can restrict and confine. They prevent you from opening to the joy and love that's waiting for you. A fearful heart closes it in upon itself and sees only negativity and doubt. Your fears can even make you question your own value, causing you to wonder whether you're worthy of being loved or even ever find love. Oh, I don't even like saying these words to you, but there's more. These thoughts, if not controlled, will manifest more of the same, continuing in a never-ending destructive cycle. Beautiful words that are here to guide us and, you know, to remind us. It's time to take action. To master your fears, you must first identify them. What fears about love have you been allowing yourself to believe? Are you concerned about being unlovable? Are you uneasy about giving up your freedom in order to be in a relationship? Do you find it too difficult to speak up about your needs and ask that they be met? That's a key one. Sit quietly and uncover. Okay, time for you. Time to really go inside and be real with yourself, Libra. yeah, time to wait, I lost my place. I'm so sorry. Sitting quietly and uncover what may be holding you back. By this very act of facing your fears, you will recognize them for the deceptions that they are. And you will discover the power to master and eliminate them, which I absolutely love, because fears are the things that are things we don't want. So naturally they're not going to bring a good feeling on us, right? And we don't even really know. We may have had experiences in the past, right, that remind us, and they think, oh, well, this is going to happen again. Not the case, though. We got to let that go. And I'm always working on it, just so you know. I'm not sitting on my high horse over here. No. It's a constant. It's a daily, it's a daily act of purposefully wanting to release that. The absence of fear is unconditional love. Please take time to look at your fears and doubts so you can release them. They will free you to manifest joyful and loving relationships. Know that you can have the relationships you desire, and act to release your fears and open your heart. Whew, I love it. I like to let that sit and kind of resonate and marinate and all that wonderful stuff, because that's what words can do, and certainly feelings. And so, yeah, that's just for you, Libra. Very important, and I can understand it. You're very giving. And like I said, the main thing about relationships is the reciprocity, even though I can't say the word. It's important to know that you're giving because you want to. It's unconditional, but my gosh, come on now. You have to get it back. That's just like, I can see you just always being like this, in that imbalance mode. That doesn't work, right? Not for anybody. So the last beautiful oracle I love, it's my OG, is the Super Attractor Manifestation. I'm opening it up to this right now. This is hitting me. It's so strong right now. I have not seen this card, and I don't even know, because I've been using this for about a year, this deck. It's absolutely beautiful. It's your third eye. It's your knowing. You're incredibly intuitive many times when you allow that. It's the kind of cross between your second chakra, which is your passions, your creativity, your sensuality, your sexuality, your intimacy, and your third eye, right? And knowing, just absolutely knowing. I trust that my powerful intentions, combined with my faith, are enough to allow my vision to become my reality. Oh my gosh. Well, we all seem to be having visions right now. We all seem to be having these absolute dreams that we want to see happen. And that's this beautiful energy that's helping us along. It certainly doesn't hurt. So I'm so excited to see this for you, and I definitely know that I believe they're going to happen. I honestly do, and I know if you believe it, they most certainly will happen. So I just appreciate you once again so very much. Thank you for taking the time, and yeah, check back next month, because April's a real beautiful month. You think this month was getting better? It's just the beginning. And so, yes, enjoy your week, and definitely enjoy the full moon in your sign, Libra. It's a real life changer, okay, in a beautiful way. So thank you again. Until next time, take care and bye for now.